entrepreneurial thinkers, I've just had a massive unlock that I want to share with you. So we follow founders and brands and companies that we've got a synergy with, or we like their story. And most of the time we know why it is. But the readings you get in books about it, the podcasts you hear about it, they tell a fair bit of the story, but it's always a cut down version. It has to be, so it doesn't go for too long. And if we want to really experience something, it's best if we actually experience it for ourselves rather than just hearing the stories of others. So today I decided to go into one of the actual stores, the home store of one of the founders I admire that I brought on Flowzone podcast recently, Vince LeBon. He's founder of Rolly Nation, the global shoe wear brand that is becoming a household brand over the next 10 years for what they offer. So I went into their home store in Fitzroy, which happens to be close to where I live, which is one of the beauties of Melbourne. So many of the international brands I love are right here. And I went in and just had a look around. I wanted to experience what those live digital screens were like, what the staff were like, how the products were laid out. And I talked to one of the team members. I told them why I'd come in. They were so excited. They knew what he was all about. They said they could listen to him talk for ages. They want to hear the podcast. But more importantly, they told me about why they love the company and why they work there. And I could hear them and see them interacting with customers. And it was just so true. Turns out I actually met the lady who opened that store for Vince, which is their home first bricks and mortar store. And it's just unlocked this insight for me that if I'm going to model my behavior, my companies, my advice I give to people off the companies that I've learned so much, admire about, I know I've been into a lot of their stores, but I actually want to make it a checklist item so I can directly interact with their product and their team, their service levels, their differentiating strategies. So I think that's where the insight is that unlocks the next stage of understanding, the deepening, and it helps inform my own personal strategy, which will be different, but I'll take cue from the elements that I love. So it's a bit of an unlock insight there. Let me know your thoughts.